Welcome to a new daily top AskReddit video. Today's topic.
What's the weirdest thing you've discovered about your partner only after moving in together? He completely undresses before going to the bathroom to poop. I did this as a kid. I can still hear my stepsister yelling, "Why are you naked?" when she opened the door on me once. I think I've seen this one. He gets a weird feeling in his tummy and then goes to sit on the toilet for an hour until he has a bowel movement. I, apparently, wait until I get the cue to go to the bathroom before actually attempting. As I thought was normal, he quite literally made fun of me yesterday for kicking him off the toilet. "You made me get up to only take 30 seconds. Dude, you've been in there for 45 minutes and clearly nothing was happening if you could just let me in like that." He has a hot date with some hemorrhoids in his future. Not only that, you can blow out a lumbar disc from sitting there straining. Dude needs to shit or get off the pot. Fiber. They need more fiber. Lots of it. Edit, if you're reading this you likely need more fiber. Source, my gastroenterologist. I asked my gastroenterologist if you could give one tip to everybody, what would it be? The answer, more fiber in your diet. He wanted to put all the cutlery just straight into a drawer without any divides between knives, forks and spoons. Just, all in there in a mess. That's wild lol. My friends and I joke about serial killer traits, which is the thing you do where, if someone were to later find out you're a serial killer, everyone would think, we should have known. They would always __. This is your partner's serial killer trait 100%. Oh for sure, he's so mild-mannered in every other situation, but this, coupled with the fact that he's a dishwasher pedant, just fucks with my brain. Everything in the dishwasher needs to be perfectly organized. He lines up forks next to forks, spoons next to spoons, etc., but then is like, fuck it, and just wants to toss them all in the drawer. What the fuck is that? How every single cup of coffee is left 1/4 full around the apartment. My wife leaves exactly one swig in every cup. The last sip is sludgy. In the middle of the night I will wake up to him having both of his arms straight in the air like a damn zombie. If I lay too close to him when he does this I get a surprise mammogram when he inevitably drops his arms down. My ex did this. He would stick his arms in the air and then start gently rubbing them. So bizarre. I have video, ha. Was he a fly in his previous life? He sleeps like a vampire, sleeping on his back, with his arms straight by his sides or folded on his chest. Every single night. Some nights he doesn't even change his position at all. I was seriously concerned during the first couple of nights we slept in the same bed. Oh my god, mine too. He sleeps propped up on like 4 pillows. He pulls the covers up to his chin then puts his arms outside of the blankets. Like someone who just died in a hospital bed. He also doesn't like his feet being covered by the blanket. He drives with Google Maps oriented north. I think he is a psychopath. Like someone who died in a hospital bed. LMAOJFN DJ Squets JB. This is me rolling on the floor laughing. I barely move in my sleep. I sleep on my back with my hands folded on my lap. I can normally get up in the mornings and barely have to make the bed because nothing moves. My BF however is fighting demons in his sleep and rolls all around and splays out and kicks and twitches. He will throw everything off the bed. How unbelievably, and almost uniquely, normal she is. She has no drama, no family issues, no trauma-induced fetishes. She likes Superman and loves people for who they are. She's mild-mannered and kind. Loves animals, like she has zero crazy. We've never raised our voices to one another in 9 years together. Coming from 30 years of chaotic relationships, it's still a little unsettling to me sometimes. Like we've been married 7 years now and I still wait for the crazy to pop up, but there very well may just not be any. She's the definition of a breath of fresh air. Every day. Guys, I found the bot. This is clearly AI written. I refuse to believe I am missing out on the potential for this awesomeness. I feel the same way about my husband. He had a wonderful childhood growing up. He does not have tons of issues. Of course, he's got some traits that make me crazy, but he's respectful and a joy to live with. I've got enough crazy for both of us. I swear I am a real human. Evidently there is a right way and a wrong way to fold towels. My boyfriend is the same. And evidently, you have to fold each different thing a different way. I had to learn 6 ways to fold and I'm not even touching his clothes. So when did he find out he is autistic? Yes, I learned this as well after moving in with my wife. There was her way of folding them, then there was my way of folding them, and after some communication we found a compromise and now we fold them her way. Upside down face. Our first big, post-wedding fight was over towel folding. It was ridiculous, but the tri-fold was what her mom taught her, so it was the only right way. I always thought that when movies or TV shows feature someone talking in their sleep and they just spout random, silly nonsense, that it was mostly for comedic effect and wasn't really a reflection of real life. Nope, my partner talks in his sleep and it's always just absolute random, silly nonsense. The most recent one was, in a tone of dismay, there's ice cream all over the stairs, followed by a drawn-out, brew. He also just periodically giggles in his sleep, which, frankly, is one of the most adorable things I've ever seen from another human. I keep a note in my phone for these quotes and plan to make him a little coffee table book with the conversations we've had in his sleep written out like poetry. The note goes back 4 years and I think it's time for volume 1. My ex-husband would say the most random shit in his sleep too. One time he was groaning and moaning, but not in a sexy way, so I asked him what was wrong. He said, in the most miserable tone, the man, he's putting the farts in the bag. Quote, he and my fiancé might have dreamt of the same man. In his sleep, my fiancé says, it's about to be a whole lot stinkier. Me, what's about to be stinkier? Fiancé, Stinky's gonna beat someone's wife. Me, Stinky's gonna beat someone's wife. Fiancé, MMHM smiley face resumes snoring. He will occasionally, usually when I'm not around to be appalled, eat dry tortellini straight out of the bag when he's reading in bed. Dry tortellini. Okay, I've read enough. Good luck, and Godspeed. That it's apparently totally normal to leave every cupboard open. I love her more than life, but man is it annoying. Edit, yes she has ad, we both do. Ha. So I'm not alone. There was one particular door that I would constantly run into with my face when getting things out of the fridge. After multiple failed discussions I resorted to removing it completely. Then apparently I was the ridiculous one. IDK if you ever got your props for that, but that was an excellent fix, tears of joy. OMG, my boyfriend does this too and it absolutely blew my mind. Okay honey, were you raised in a fucking barn? Now I find it kind of endearing because it's him in my house. Sometimes while I'm walking around closing cabinets I think about how sad I'd be if all the cabinets were always closed and he wasn't here with me. It doesn't really even irritate me anymore. Wait until it's a drawer left open in the kitchen and you find it in the dark with your shin. Endearing isn't the word that will pop into your head. He set tons of alarms, but none actually wake him up. My ex used to do that, it was infuriating. He set up something like 6 alarms starting at 6 a.m. to go to work at 9 or 10 a.m. It would always wake me up and I'd have to turn them off. Of course I could never fall back asleep. I fixed my wife of doing this. When the first alarm went off I gave her a chance to get up. When the second went off I got out of bed and picked her up and stood her up. Sure, she got pissed at me a few times. But now she never has more than 2 alarms. My current alarm is an app that takes admin control of my phone so it can't be deleted and won't turn off until I scan a QR code that I printed out and put in my shower. Please drop the name of this app. My boyfriend essentially needs blizzard conditions to sleep. Ceiling fan, side fan, completely naked. Sometimes puts an ice pack under his pillow. And he puts blizzard sound effects on his earphones to drop off. If I'm there he also constantly hugs, squeezes or wraps himself around me. We only lived together for a week at a time before. As I need basically the opposite conditions, warm, layered pajamas, untouched, silence, we're not compatible to share a sleeping space. So in a couple of months we're getting a 2-bedroom place together so we both get to sleep and not want to murder each other. This is making me laugh so hard I'm sorry, just the image of him making himself a block of ice while you get all warm and cozy is hysterical. I'm glad you found a solution because I think I'd go insane. There was literally nights when I was visiting where I'd be in PJs, socks, secondary fuzzy socks, cardigan, hoodie, coat, hat and gloves trying to get warm enough while curled up and shivering. Meanwhile he'd be flat out, starfish formation, nude and snoring away happily. Bugger would still pinch the duvet too. Miserable time for me, but amusing in hindsight. I think a lot of marriages would benefit from different sleeping spaces. My husband and I at least have 2 different blankets on the bed. Now we don't have to pull to get out share. When we get a hotel room, they're usually 2 queens, and we may first cuddle together like at home, but ultimately sleep separately. My husband and I have our own bedrooms. It's fantastic. Both of us get the best sleep we can, albeit, that's still not a lot, so we can be better people. When we used to share, we kept each other awake. I wanted to murder him. I hated his very existence because I was just so tired and it was his stupid face's fault. Now, 2 bedrooms, no hating, only loving. The amount of times she gets up in the night to pee. Not to be presumptuous, but if you're a male, the prostate gland and I have really bad news about your future in regards to the above. I am Jack's prostate gland. Because for some reason, women cannot sleep if there is a single oz of piss sitting in their bladders. This is accurate for me. I'll get up to pee and it's just the tiniest amount. He farts non-stop. Just won't fucking stop. I call him my little gas station. Edit, you all are taking this way too serious in the replies. Go play proctologist somewhere else. Peach running dash. He probably has a lactose issue. OMFG, I am laughing so hard lol. I'm actually the one with a lactose issue, so I stay away from cheese. He's a health nut and says farting is good for you. He makes sure he has his daily fiber and has a spoonful of Metamucil every morning. He gets a little bloated from it and lets it rip. It's fucking annoying. Tears of joy. While I'm cooking, he insists on opening the goddamn oven multiple times to check if it's ready. Makes me homicidal. If you're lookin', you ain't cookin'.